Well, here we go. Right-hand side 4-bet already. Lock it in, Jeff. We got to lock in already. It could be a big match. I feel like a big session's coming here. All in!
All of it.
I feel like a big session's coming here, Jeff. I'm just saying, I feel like it's coming. The boys are coming out to battle. He does call ace-queen versus queens. Daniel needs an ace or an ace. He does not get the ace.
You know what?
Just
I
like
quit,
that.
Joey. I'm out. This is ridiculous. I'll see you later. Have a good rest of the day. Goodbye.
Just like that. Dan Negreanu gets speeding down the line. Ace queen. He tanks down. Doesn't look like he won the call there, Jeff. But unfortunately for him, the truck driver, Doug Polk, says, I can't get to $1 million profit unless I smash through that ace queen with my pocket queens. Very nice hand there for Doug Polk. Already takes down the first big pot of the day. $80,000 strong.
Doug just has to check back there. Negreanu has too many aces in that spot.
My man Jeff, you been in the lab or what? You been studying?
I've been studying for my own personal poker tournament endeavors because I mean, as you've told me since last year, you got to work. But as far as heads up poker, I just watch and listen to whatever analyst that we happen to have on at the time. Well,
here we go. We got a couple of pots brewing. Right hand side 3-bet pot. Doug a bet flop, half pot, 2/3 turn. Jeff feels a big pot. He feels big pot energy brewing here.
How about two of them? There it is.
Here we go. The big pot gorilla comes out to play. Left-hand side, Daniel checks the river. The flush draws miss. 3-5 misses. Right-hand side, Doug bets. Daniel calls. River's a 6. Doug could have that overpair here. He might be setting up to shove it in. 35,000 in the pot, 46,000 behind. He does check it. Ay, puppy, queen, 10. Left-hand side, all in for Doug. Daniel does not snap call, does not have a jack. Could have a 4, could have ace high. Maybe river and 8. He does call pocket 10s, no good. 10 jack offsuit for Doug Polk as Doug Polk wins another $80,000 pot. And just like that, Dan Negreanu is already down a couple buy-ins. The explosions going off. Doug Polk hitting a little bit of fire. And he's like a hype man. I asked Corral Bob last night. And I said, do you know much about, his name's Anthony Pompliano. And does Pomp podcast. And I asked Corral Bob a little bit. I said, what do you know about this guy? He's like, he's kind of like the hype man. He's the ultimate hype man of Bitcoin. He's like you for poker. He doesn't have a Bitcoin. I said, I figured that. We're going to get along quite well. So, left-hand side, 4-bet, Jeff. All in.
All of it.
Call! 9 versus Kings, no! Doug Polk. Kings versus 9s as he wins another pot. Jeff Platt is not bringing the run good. Jeff Platt not feeling good about his man Dan Negreanu right now. The pain is real. We had Rob Young on here. He lost $700,000, I believe. And maybe that guy's just bad luck. Shout out to my man Rob, right? But he brought Negreanu Negreanu got beat down pretty hard that day. So yeah, Rob was not feeling too good about that. He lost about $700,000 on stream. And you're not losing $700,000 a stream, are you?
No, I don't believe so. The good thing about us is we're doing so many streams that we can't really be blamed for bad luck because we're there for the good sessions and the bad sessions, Yeah. So nobody could say you, Joey, are bad luck today because you're here every day.
No, buddy. I'm good luck for Doug. I'm telling you right now. We're
powering
this thing through home. Okay, the million profits coming back. The truck driver's coming back. Doug. And then Doug's going to retire, be a politician. Maybe he'll be like a 42-year-old mayor of like a small town outside Iowa. I could see the guy doing something like that. Supreme leader.
What about just mayor of Vegas?
Nah, I don't think so.
No, you don't see that?
No, I don't think so. Left-hand side. Tell me we got Trip Kings versus Trip Kings. Daniel's going to have more stronger kings in his range. Actually, yeah, I think so. He's going to have ace king, king queen, king jack. Doug's going to have sometimes king jack, some slow played king 10s. He's going to have some bluffs. He needs to fire all in here with missed flush draws. Missed straight draws. Maybe hand like jack 9 of clubs. He's all in. Call!
Oh, my.
Ay, papi. Another huge pot as Doug Polk flops trips. The guy gets stripped. Put the missile on him, puppy. Boom. You know what, Jeff? Bring it back out. Doug Polk, the supreme leader in absolute fire mode right now as she is running over Dan Negreanu.
We are definitely biased towards Negreanu, and I definitely want Negreanu to win. Now, with that said, Doug Polk, amazing poker player. I think he's awesome. I don't have a bad thing to say about Doug Polk, but I'm certainly rooting for Negreanu, and of course we're biased. We're on the GG channel. The Upswing channel is going to be biased towards Doug Polk. So that opened the door for Daniel Negreanu to go off on Norman Chat. Not me, Daniel Negreanu going off on Norman Chat. And I think that Norman was upset with that, which, I mean, it's totally fine, totally understandable, and was upset with Brent and me for not sticking up for him in that moment and for continuing to take shots at him. Now, what we do, and you've probably heard us do this before, we take plenty of shots at Norman throughout the course of the broadcast. It's a bit. And then we come around and then we defend him if somebody in the chat goes too far. And then we praise both him and Lon, and multiple times calling them Poker Hall of Famers, multiple times crediting the impact that they have had on poker. Lon clearly didn't watch the broadcast, which is totally fine, doesn't have to, and saw the edited 2-minute clip that Dave Lappin puts together, which are fantastic, which are really entertaining. I'll hold this thought since we have a big pot developing on the table. On the
left-hand side, 3-bet pot, bet flop. Doug calls, turn is a 10. Puts a lot of pressure on Daniel's ace highs, on his king highs, queen highs as well too. Daniel does call. Here we go. Does Doug Polk have trip 10s again? The trip killer, Mr. Trip Man. 9 makes a straight. 10s is trip 10s. Doug's gonna have some missed flush draws. Maybe Rivers an 8 as well too. Might just show that down. 31,000 in the middle. The Bill Perkins die with 0 jet flies on by. He wants to see his man Dan Negreanu try to win some money here. All in. Call. Queen five. Dan Negreanu gets one. Doug Polk. Doug Polk getting a little out of line with the queen 5 of spades. Ay, puppy. Let's go back to that hand. Let's see what the hell went down there. So Dan Negreanu is the one with the trip 10s. He's obviously feeling good about that. Go back to our replayer of the day. Sponsored by Chipotle. Make sure you go to Chipotle, get a bowl, get some rice. Okay, here we go, guys. Listen, ready? Lock in, right? Chicken. Here's what I'm getting, okay? Protein, chicken. Extra veggies. Rice, black beans, guacamole, that's it. Maybe some salsa, maybe some mild, medium, something like that. No sour cream. Let's keep it healthy around here, okay? Healthy as we can get. Go to the hand. Jack 10 suited. 3-bet pre-flop. Doug Polk calls with queen 5 of spades. Flops a backdoor straight draw. He bets. Daniel check calls top pair, backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. Daniel turns trips. Doug bets again. Daniel calls, Rivers an 8. Doug bluffs all in. Daniel snaps him off. Praise the guy doesn't have a 9 somehow. And he does it. Left-hand side, big raise from Doug on the river. Uh-oh. No, Jeff, you hear him? Anytime we see those guys, you know it's not going well for our man Doug Polk. As Dan Negreanu gets a little bit back, and now they're getting deep over there. So Doug Polk with the big raise on the left says he's got king 10. Daniel, thinking about what to hero call here with, probably wants to have no hearts. He does call. Set of queens.
Oh my.
$46,000 pot. Goes back to Doug Polk's way. He rivers the set of queens. All
right, so long story short on the Lon thing. Lon saw that his buddy, Norman, was being trashed by Daniel Negreanu, and then came after Brent and me for not sticking up for Norman in the moment, which I understand sticking up for your guy, 4-bet pot on the table on the right, but I just don't think that it was our place to interject on the GG stream to put our voices into a rant from Daniel Negreanu. So that's all, you know, if Lon doesn't like us, that's fine. We still love him and Norman, they're icons.
Got to respect the legends of the game. Norman,
absolutely.
Norman, Lon, you know what I mean? I got a lot of respect for those guys. Been supporting the industry, community for a long time. And yeah, I got nothing bad to say about those guys as well. I love Lon and I love Norm. And hopefully you guys get this fucking thing figured out, okay? I got to step in. I got to step in. Do what you got to do. Right-hand side, 4-bet pot.
We need you, Poppy.
Here we go. Doug Polk leads in the 4-bet pot. Little unusual. What's he saying he's got? Maybe he's got a hand like a king-queen. King-queen. I don't know what he's doing there. King-queen. He bets small again on the turn. Daniel might have a hand like ace 10, maybe jack 10, maybe turned that second pair, and he's not going to go anywhere with it. Very unusual spot right now.
Yeah. The lead
Left-hand side, another 4-bet. Dan Negreanu's had enough. Right-hand side, Dan Negreanu calls rivers an ace. Oh. Not a good card for a queen. If Doug Polk has king-queen, I expect him to check it now, Jeff. Left-hand side, we see another 4-bet. And a call. The boys are battling right now. A couple big pots brewing. Lock in. Is Doug in a lead? He's all in. Snap call. King 9. What are you doing, Poppy? King 9.
Oh,
ay, ay, ay.
Oh,
what the fuck is going on? King 9. What? Doug Polk gives it away on the right. Left-hand side, another 4-bet. Dan Negreanu c-bets the flop. Doug check calls. River or turns the deuce. And now Daniel goes with that third pot. We've seen this often in the 4-bet pots. Can Dan Negreanu really get 80? I mean, they're deeper at this table, so he potentially can go on a $100,000 upswing here with 2 big pots. All in.
Oh.
Call! Jacks versus 10s! Jack on the river for D-Nex. The guy is on the comeback. Dan Negreanu, cocaine hand, $116,000 pot. 2 stackings in a row for Dan Negreanu as he's trying to go to that fire mode status. And Jeff, oh no. Are you on Raya?
Yes, actually.
Okay. Do you have better experience on Raya?
My only problem with Raya, when it's a pretty big problem, is that I have not run into many girls from Las Vegas.
Yeah, makes sense, yeah.
So like maybe 6 total.
Jeff, you need a baddie or what? You want me to find you a girl? I know you don't know a lot of people. You want me to get a girl or what? What do you tell me what you like? I'll get you I'll get you an option. I'll get you in the game. And then whatever you do with the game after that's up to you. But I can get you in the game at least.
Okay,
tell me what
if
you
you
like.
get me in the game, that's all I can ask for, right? Just a ticket to the show.
Give me an age, give me a career tie, give me some ideas you're thinking about, and I'll go out there and see what we got here, man.
Okay, I like it.
Right hand side, 3-bet pot, jack, deuce, turn 4. Another trip. Hard to have trips again in a 3-bet pot, but if anyone can do it, it's the supreme leader, Doug Polk. Dan Negreanu might have pocket 10s here, Jeff. Might be feeling a little bit PTSD brewing. Here we go. Daniel does call. Oh no, here we go, guys. The flush gets there on the river. A little bit different board. If it would have been an 8, it would have been the same exact board. Will Doug Polk maybe make a overbet here if he does have that trip jacks? I don't know if he's going to go with that big size. Maybe go smaller size. 29,000 in the pot. 38,000 behind. Doug Polk gearing up right now. Doing a little dance. Doing a little celebration. The trip dance is in play. The flush gets there as well. He's definitely bluffing here, Jeff. If he doesn't have anything, he's all in.
There it is.
No snap call from D-Nex. We saw him do this last time, and he tank called with pocket 10s. Does he have 10s again? Dan Negreanu on the tank, facing a $38,000 overbet. 1.5 times the pot. 3-bet pot. Check call the turn.
Again, it's usually a fold when he takes this long and activates the time bank.
That's true. Today feels like a special day. We might see another tank call. 10s, 9s. Most likely it is some type of 2-pair hand. Don't think he's ever thinking about this long with an ace high, ace king, ace queen. So Daniel's in the tank once again. We haven't seen a slow roll yet, Jeff. This might be the time for a good slow roll. He calls. He does. 10 jacks again. No way. Another trip jack. Another hero call. 8s for Daniel. I'm telling you, today just feels a little different. Today feels like the truck on a supreme leader. Taking it to D-Negs in this match, day 35. Me and Jeff Platt have been here. Can you believe we've spent since November on this session, on this match?
Kinda, yeah. By this point, when I think back through like all the swings and all the ups and downs, it does kind of make sense that we're here in February now. Does it feel like it's gone by super fast for you?
I think it's gone by real fast, yeah. I mean, I kind of was just, really locked in on sort of how I can improve my broadcast or how I can cover this differently. Or I've been studying a lot of heads up normal home as well too, which caused me to play way more poker and which caused me to do well at poker, which is good. So it can be distracting when you're playing and you're trying to grind and you're also right inside all in. Daniel, pot size bet on the river, shoves it in. Gets called king queen versus king 5. Dan Negreanu
Ooh.
It's a very strange line right there, but he takes down an $85,000 pot. We're going to pull this hand up instantly, Jeff, and figure out what the hell just happened.
Yeah, let's do it.
It looked like Daniel check called. Did he check call and pot? No, okay, bet. Okay, bet. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Bet shove.
Bet shove there for Daniel Negreanu as he takes down an $80-some thousand pot. 5, 5, 6, 2 spades. What do you think, Jeff? You think momentum's the thing?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think at the very least, some momentum will help you play better if you're on the right side of it. It'll make you feel a bit more locked in, which will help you. It might be a super, super, super small percentage, but it is a percentage.
This Adam Smith, how many bodies are in Jeff Platt's freezer? You be killing people, Jeff, or what? Right-hand side, big bet.
Pretty good, actually.
Dexter Platt over there in the house right now.
I do love the really good trolls. 42K in the bottom table.
Jeff. Cat Jam makes his first appearance. Out to Landon, right-hand side. 42K in the pot, as Jeff said. Pocket tens for Doug Polk. Doug Polk bets flop, gets a nice big turn bet in as well. Gets called. Daniel, flush gets there on the river. Daniel does not bet. So I imagine he had a hand like a 6. Maybe he had a hand like an ace high, something like that. Joshua Bean says, hey, Joey, give me a shout out about Torelli being an underrated player. So you're saying that Alec Torelli's underrated? I don't know, man. I just got an ad the other day on my YouTube, and the guy was walking on like a fucking pool, and he was talking about if you want to be successful, that you want to drop some, you want to take 2 to 3 drops of oil on your hand each day and rub that shit together, put it in your face, take a deep breath, smell it, and he basically said that was the secret to his poker success. So I think the guy is underrated, and I'm glad that you brought it up, Josh.
That makes you a winner.
You seen this ad?
I haven't come across
Torelli at a pool, rubbing essential oils on his body, putting his up to his face. You hadn't seen that? Maybe I just saw that. Maybe it's just on my end there. Right hand side, another trip jack potential. There's no way Doug Polk has trip jacks again here, Jeff. There's not a chance.
Look like Negreanu with a deuce here or something, or.
Here we go, Jack 3. The guy does not have it. If this guy Doug Polk has jacks again, no way. He does call ace. I like a few of the moves they're making, and if I could advise ACR on those things, I would give them way different advice on a lot of these things they're doing. But hey, they're putting on a pretty good event, and I think people are happy about that $8 million guaranteed prize pool for ACR. So congratulations to them for putting on that event. Do not play cash games there. That'd be my only recommendation for you. And unless you really want to battle with 3 or 4 Eastern Euros.
Great satellite system for the Venom. If WSOP.com could incorporate that kind of a satellite system, I think they'd fare much better for their big tournaments.
You know what? I think if World Series of Poker could incorporate, .com could incorporate a social media marketing strategy as well, outside of reposting the same exact advertisement every single day for the entire year, I think they might be able to benefit from that as well too, Jeff. So
Fair.
I agree. You're right. Fair. I'm triggered by that. I'm sorry. It's disheartening to see like one of the bigger brands in your industry, in your country, just say fuck it. You know what I mean? It's just you know what I'm saying. So I hope to see some different activity from them in the future, and I think that they will at some point in time. Left hand side overbet from Daniel. Gets snap call. A7. $86,000 pot for Daniel, and he's up to $140,000 in his chip stack. You know, anytime that happens where you do make a few light calls on river spots and you run into the top of your opponent's range, you kind of have to remember to not let that often impact your strategy against better players who are going to be well balanced. And maybe you can read into that against some weaker players and you say, okay, I can't call there. Those guys are always just have it. But against someone like Doug, who is capable of certainly not having it very often, it puts you in a real tough spots. And that's where you have to sort of go back to your study, and you have to rely on the theory, and you have to rely on the aid from your training process. And yeah, we don't know if Daniel studied all those spots, and we don't know if he's making the right calls and the right folds. But I'd have to imagine it'd be pretty tough for him to do it. He's only been playing heads up for a few months, so he's going to be in a lot of tough river spots sometimes. Left-hand side, 33K in the middle. This feels like a Doug Polk big bet spot to me, boys.
Yeah. 68K behind.
Feels like a spot Doug Polk might just bet 68,000. And he does bet 68,000. Yeah. No, just you know what I'm saying? The guy's a crazy guy, man. Guy's a crazy guy.
Negreanu calls, biggest pot of the day.
68,000. If Daniel has a queen, he probably ain't calling. If he's got a king, maybe hero calls. If he's got an 8, he's slow rolling. What would Daniel be thinking about here? Maybe a queen. Big popper on the left-hand side, guys. Big pot energy. Big poppy energy. GTO, great times only. So Daniel Negreanu in the tank. Could be the biggest pot of the day. $68,000 bet. He does call queen. Oh my God. Wow. Trip 8s for Doug Polk on the river. Oh my God. $170,000 pot. And that one has to sting. He makes the hero call with the
missile.
7.
You know, Bally's actually has a couple of heads-up tournaments next week. We should go fire those. I feel like we got to be heads-up experts now, right?
What do you want to go play, Jeff? I'm in. You got to tell me what it is. What do you want to do?
I think it's a $400 heads-up tournament at Bally's, part of their Power Poker series.
You want us to go to Bally's? What are we going on Tuesday? When are we doing Bally's?
Probably. I think it's. Let's see.
4-bet left-hand side. Jeff Platt getting excited about this heads-up tournament at Bally's. And now he's bringing me on board like a typical shill would do. It's like being on Bitcoin all in.
All of it.
Call! Ace, King versus 10s! No ace, no king, Daniel. No, not there, but... Ay, the 6 on the river. How lucky is this guy, Dan Negreanu, as he wins the coin flip and takes down the $122,000 pot. And just like that, he fires his own laser beam at Doug Polk. He does call. Here we go. This could be the biggest pot that we've seen so far. 6-3 deuce, 2 clubs. Could be a classic overpair versus overpair spot. Maybe pocket jacks versus pocket 10s. Maybe some slow played kings versus queens. Unfortunately, Doug Polk checks back the flop. Turn is a 9. Would Doug Polk check back his overpairs? His strong overpairs? Maybe sometimes aces, kings, queens, but I would imagine he would start trying to build a pot on the flop. See if Daniel leads the turn. He does check it over to Doug. So 4-bet pre-flop. Ranges are pretty wide. Daniel might be over defending to the 4-bet. Doug bets 2/3, 16,000. Daniel has a hand like a 6. Basically, any pair, he's probably not going anywhere. If he has ace-3, probably not folding. If he has any 6, probably not going to lay it down as well. He does call. River's an ace. Good card for Doug Polk to bluff here with. If he has a hand like king 5, I expect him to fire this river. And it could be an overbet, guys. 56,000 in the middle. Checks back pocket 5s for Daniel. So Doug Polk does not bluff the river. $56,000 pot goes over to Dan Negreanu with the pocket 5s. Check called. What did the flop? Flop went check, check. So turn, he actually got a little bit of value on that turn. So Jeff Platt joining me right now. Currently went to walk the dog. Doug Polk up about $120,000 for the match right now. Total for the match, $860,000 winner. Had to do some quick math there. Like, wait, how much is that? Oh my God, shout outs in the chat. What's going on, guys? Appreciate it very much. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's been great. It's been a great time. So many people we got watching on YouTube. We got 3,600, 3,500, 3,600 watching on YouTube. Almost the 500 like mark. And once we get to the 2,000 mark, we're giving away free entry to a Bally's heads-up tournament for next Thursday. So next Thursday, February 11th, you need to be in Vegas. And we're going to put you in the Bally's tournament for the $400 tournament there. We got another donation from Telly Gaming with a $9.99. Thank you, Telly Gaming, for the Bally's fund. Thank you very much for the support, guys. Mike Picor with the Canadian 5. Thank you, Mike. He says, shout out from Vancouver, British Columbia. Can't wait to get back to Vegas once the pandemic is over and the borders open. I agree, man. I definitely agree. We did hit the 1250 mark, so that means we got to take the honorary, the 1250 edible. I don't want to cheat out anybody here. I don't want to cheat him on the edible. Right hand side, Daniel. And that's small in the river. Doug, or I was going to say it's going to be a spot. Doug check raises big. He does check raise all in. Daniel snap calls. Daniel shows down the queen. What the hell happened there? That's a very... No, let me pull that hand up. I just replay only captured one hand. Why did he turn that into a bluff? So Doug Polk turned... He turned his 2-pair into a bluff. You guys got to go back and rewind that hand. Just go back a couple seconds. But basically, Doug didn't believe that Daniel... What is he doing? The return, Jeff. Are you guys focused on the No Gamble, No Future show right now for yourself? Or what are you... Because I think... I was telling Brent, I think that you getting into sports betting is really, really good. Because 1, you have a big sports background. 2, you're passionate about sports, knowledgeable about sports. And 3, it's a... Think about it, right? Poker World has the biggest companies World Series of Poker, right? They might not do much. In sports betting, you have the NFL, you have the NBA, you have Barstool, you have DraftKings, you have FanDuel.
Yeah.
You have all these companies that are incredibly incentivized to keep marketing, promoting, and building the industry. So if you're able to carve out some sort of foothold for yourself in that world, there's going to be so much opportunity from operators, from training sites, from people who need attention for what they're doing, that if you offer that to them, then you'll be able to, have a job, have a career, have a business.
Sure.
So I think it's cool for you guys to get into that now, especially while Poker Go sort of gives you a platform for distribution.
And that's key, right? Because, let's be honest, I'm a little hesitant because it's such a crowded marketplace. There's so many sports betting podcasts. As Negreanu fires 12K, table on the left-hand side.
Mm-hmm. Honey Badger, the greatest graph. I love these guys. They sent me a sick graphic there. So Daniel roaring back right now, guys. Doug Polk only up about 35,000. All in. Call.
Oh,
what?
Wow.
What? Pocket 6s for Doug Polk. Ace 3 full house for Dan Negreanu. A $150,000 pot goes Doug Polk's way as my man Doug Polk puts the ultimate beat, the ultimate cooler on Dan Negreanu. What a hand. So Doug basically had a tweet. By the way, I put up he had this tweet thread over here. We can kind of go through.
Yeah, let's do it.
He said, I am not going to play a rematch. There has been a lot of talk about this. It's simply not going to happen. I'm way too burnt out from all the study, prep, and play, and don't enjoy the game. I also want to have flexibility. I also want to have some flexibility to not have to be in Nevada for the next 4 to 5 months. Make no mistake about it, Jeff. I still have an edge. Bang, bang, but it's much lower than it was at the start. Oh, right-hand side. Doug Polk trying to stack him once again. 70,000 in the middle. 3 on the turn.
With a 4-bet pot on the left.
Yeah, 4-bet pot on the left once again. Very deep stack. 80,000 deep. Dan Negreanu trying to claw back. All in.
Oh.
Whoa. $80,000 shove. Takes it down quickly. Right-hand side. Doug's going to bet the turn, Jeff. 1/3. So that was a 3-bet pot. Daniel bets flop, gets called. I believe that's what happened, right? Yeah, you overbet the flop, yeah. River is a 6.
In the middle.
Here we go, guys. Doug has trip 6s. He checks back. Pocket jacks for Daniel. That makes sense. 4,000 pot goes his way. He probably didn't want to see a big bet there from Doug. Doug gets the showdown with whatever he had. Maybe he had 2 pair, like 6s and 4s, something like that.
Why not? If it's out of reach, if Doug Polk is pretty much assured of the win, Daniel's going to lose the overall feud. Why not play the last 1 or 2 with whole cards on both sides?
Listen, I love the idea. I mean, we can get whole cards of both of these guys, maybe last 2 matches.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I think that'd be real great, man. I think the fans would love that. Getting to see what these animals have. Doug Polk, Dan Negreanu, 2 of the legends of the game. I would love that. We see a couple pots brewing. 3-bet right-hand side, left-hand side. Another 3-bet pot. Backdoor straight gets there. Backdoor diamonds gets there. Dan Negreanu. Either of these players could have a 10.
Yeah.
10-9 offsuit, 10-8 offsuit, maybe even like a queen 10. And Doug bets small, gets called. Doug does have a set of jacks. So Doug with a block bet on the river gets a little bit of value potentially from some hands. Maybe
the two pairs.
Especially 2 pairs if Daniel maybe decided not to. Yeah, it makes sense. Jeff will get one of you guys. Jeff's going to get, if we get 2,000 likes, Jeff said he's going to pick up a hotel for you guys. So
yep.
We're going to see what happens, man. Shout out to Rob Young, the man, the myth, the legend, coming in the chat. Right-hand side, lock in, Jeff. 32,000 in the pot.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
25K behind. Somebody might need a stake from Rob Young after this pot. Let's see what happens here. Daniel's in the tank. He bets small. Here we go, guys.
Fight!
Gorilla Gaming. Gorilla going crazy. Small bet. Doug calls. River's a 6.
Grudge would take the lead on the day if he wins this one.
He ain't winning it, Jeff. Calm down. Calm down, Poppy.
Just saying.
Calm down, Poppy. Oh! Doug Polk says, I will not be deterred. A set of 6s for the supreme leader on the river. What a sick river. God damn, man. Very interesting what happened there with the whole chess thing. Obviously, the Netflix show helped out a lot, too.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Left-hand side, a big raise from Doug Polk, the supreme leader. Flush possible. Full house possible. Right-hand side, another big raise. Left-hand side, all in! Wow. 72,000. Dan Negreanu putting down that massive Coke can.
I believe Mr. Negreanu has the lead now.
Well, I'm checking. I just went over to check out the upswing, see what they got. They got about plus 30K. So they still have Doug up plus 30K right now. Let me check. Actually, no, maybe not.
This hand might have done it though. The hand.
Yeah, I think that hand, the all in with the A7 hand, kind of did it. So let's see if we get an update here.
Tell Pads to power the laptop back up. He's gonna have a little bit of a sweat.
Mm-hmm. Left-hand side, another check raise. So Daniel Negreanu turning up the heat right now. It looks like we got Doug Polk and Daniel Negreanu about even right now. So they say, yeah, this left-hand side hand will determine what the session is for right now. I mean, these boys are still playing for a long time. Left-hand side, overbet from Daniel. Right-hand side, 3-bet, bet and a call. Here we go, guys. The smoke begins to billow up here in the headquarters. They sense a few big pots brewing here, Jeffrey. The super energy builds.
Smoke.
Rising on up, the smoke coming from the ashes. Doug Polk facing a big bet. Left-hand side, he calls. Aces are good versus the 5 deuce. Daniel Negreanu turning his deuce into a bluff. Right-hand side, a big check raise from Doug Polk.
Right back to it.
He's going for blood. Doug's saying, maybe ace-king, at least ace-king plus, maybe king-queen. Maybe a bunch of Doug Polk dog. What's Daniel going to do? Nothing ever good happens on a king-high board, a 3-bet pot. We might have 2 instances of that not being true today. Daniel calls, Jeff. Turn Rivers at 8. What could Daniel be calling here with queen 10, 9, 10?
22K behind for Polk.
I expect a shove. Daniel could be slow playing a monster here. Maybe a hand like a set of 7s. Set of 5s. All in. Call. King, set of jacks. Doug Polk with a massive hand. $91,000 pot. Now, $91,000 pot goes Doug Polk's way. As Doug Polk fires multiple missiles on Dan Negreanu and takes down 2 big pots. As he says, you know what? I'm not getting even for the day. You're not coming back on me, Dan Negreanu.
Massive pot again.
Left-hand side, lock in. 43K pot. Here we go. Could it be 3 in a row for Doug Polk? Just like that. How demoralizing for Dan Negreanu. Gets back to even. Loses 2 big pots. Bets small on the river. 5-5, 4-4, 10. Polk attempts to finish him. Is he going to see a big raise, Jeff? I feel it coming. I smell it. I feel the big raise coming. All in!
Oh, there it is.
I smelt it. I felt it.
No snap call.
I 3 in a row potentially here. Daniel Negreanu getting put in a blender. 3 hands in a row. The action has intensified. The Supreme leader backs it up, trying to back up the Supreme truck. On Dan Negreanu, he says he's got a 5. King 5. Maybe King 5, Jeff. Sausage Theory Optimal. What's Dan Negreanu going to do if he's got it in his hand right now? Is he going to slap call or is he going to slap fold? Here we go. Dan Negreanu does not want to get pushed around. He does lay it down. Another pot goes to Doug Polk's way. Doug Polk wins 3 huge pots in a row, and just like that, extends his lead against Dan Negreanu. Left-hand side. Left-hand side. I like this. This is a good idea. Check call, 3-bet pot. Daniel check calls, turns a 5. The Gorilla Gaming Gorilla going crazy. See if Doug decides to bet again. Puts a lot of pressure on Daniel. He checks back. River's a 6. I don't expect Daniel to bet here very often. He does check it. Shout to Bowie Effect. Once again, my man. Hope things are going well with you in poker. See if Doug does overbet here. Says he's got an 8. Says he's got a 3. Could have some 3s. Maybe a 3 with a club in it. Maybe a flush draw with a 3. Hand like Queen 3 of clubs. Daniel's in the tank. Does Daniel, what's he going to call with? Probably a jack. Maybe a 7 occasionally. That's probably it. The Gorilla Gaming Gorilla going crazy over there. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down, baby. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down, my beautiful friend. Daniel's in the tank, Jeff. What's the thing about calling out here with guys? Probably a 7 or probably a jack. He does call 10-8. Ay. What a beautiful run out there for Doug Polk. $50,000 pot goes his way. You could have not drawn that up.
There they are.
You gotta like really gyrate the hips on that move though. You see how he's like.
You gotta feel the beat,
really
like these two,
hips, you know?
In full synchronization too.
$4.99 donation from Maddie. Showtime.
Nice.
This tip is only for the production. Jeff's new dating show. Let's go, Poppy. All right. So first, we're gonna do casting. Okay. So I'm basically gonna have. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a collaboration with a video, a person who shoots video, right? So I'm gonna tell them they can find a girl to potentially be on the show. Okay. So we're gonna find a single girl, and she's gonna be a baddie, and we're gonna see what you can do. Okay.
Okay.
Left hand side.
Challenge.
Lock in. 26,000 behind. 28,000 in the pot. I love our building shows right here. And then second season will be Landon. We'll find Landon some love. 1/3 on the left. Raise on the flop from Doug. All in. Call. 8-6 versus. Oh! Ay, puppy. Trip 6s on the river for the Supreme leader, Doug Polk, as Dan Negreanu gets it in. Super good. He's poker hard. He's just got to avoid a diamond, got to avoid an 8, got to avoid a 6, and Doug Polk firing down the shots on Dan Negreanu. Trip 6s on the river. Doug Polk has entered the fire mode out of nowhere. 4-bet on the right-hand side. We might go with the million hype. They're running a train on me on Twitch right now. Ay. They're running a train on me, a hype train. And Daniel does call. Here we go, Jeff. Doug Polk feeling the hype. 9-5 deuce. 2 diamonds. The hype train intensifies. The 4-bet pot kicks up here. We're close to the million chip mark here. 81,000 deep. Check on the right. A couple more subscriptions on Twitch. The hype train's rolling right now.
Hype.
Shumanyak. What is a hype train? What's happening here? Here we go. Doug Polk leads the turn. 14.4K, Jeff. Lock in. This could be the million mark. The hype train intensifies. The hype train wants a million. Here we go, guys. Doug Polk, Dan Negreanu. $1 million profit. In line for the truck driver. We've all been waiting for. All in!
All of it.
No call. Maybe he's drawn it out. Massive shove, $66,000 more. Doug Polk calls and wins. He's over the million chip profit mark. The supreme leader tanking down right now. Bets the turn. Doug Polk faces a $66,000 turn. Check raise. The hype train's building. Couple more subs. Pale Hopkins, Spec W, King in the North. What's Doug Polk gonna do, Jeff? He's not gonna call. He never calls when he does this, Jeff. But lock in. It could be. This could be the million chip mark.
Hype train.
All in call. Ace 10. The speed draw. Aye, puppy. He goes for it. Doug Polk goes for the glory. Goes for the speed. Goes for the wisdom. Goes for it all with the ace 10 of spades. The flush draw is no good as Dan Negreanu takes down, Jeff, a massive pot, a 100. How much was this pot? $170,000.
Wow.
With that pot, Jeff, and you already know this is trouble.
Yes, there it is.
Pop. The train rolling under the hype train. 85%, okay. Oh, we're driving it. Another subscription from Bavir. Level 6 is awaiting itself.
This is it.
Let's go! Give us level 6, baby. Come on. We did good. Let's go. Level 6. Let's go. Brenho, Dan Fam. Thank you guys very much. Pull on that horn, baby. The hype train's rolling out of the station. Jeff's getting fired up left-hand side. Jeff, lock back in. 3-bet pots rolling. The train hitting the station left-hand side. Daniel's going to bet small if Doug has a hand like King Jack, King 10. He's going nowhere. Jeff, we can't hear you. Your mic's off.
Oh, no.
Jeff's back. Lock in, Jeff. Left-hand side. 27,000 in the middle.
Okay.
35,000 behind. The hype train has officially maybe hit its final level. Level 5. It's achieved its maximum hype right now. Here we go. Dane Negreanu. Is he going to shove it in? If he's got a missed flush draw, he's going to shove it in. Oh. He goes, Steph goes in again! $97,000 pot. Doug Polk completely 20 hard right there as he snaps off Dan Negreanu for a massive pot. The Coke Can Dan gets a little bit out of line with the Queen Jack, Queen High. Aye, puppy. What is this guy thinking, Jeff? Bet left-hand side by Doug Polk, looking to hit out of fire mode. He calls. Here we go. 6-4-3. Dan Negreanu says he wants out. Doug Polk currently up. 165,000 for the session. Doug Polk. Here we go. Bets the left-hand side. He wants to stay in fire mode. He does not want Dan Negreanu to escape the heat. Lock him in the heat. He calls. Here we go. Lock in, boys. Here we go. Fire mode. The run goods on Doug Polk's side. Doug Polk checks over to Daniel. Good card for Daniel. 5 makes the turn, makes the straight. Lock in, boys. Here we go. Daniel plays sausage theory optimal here and bust his way out of fire. Bust out of hell, Poppy. Checks back. Oh no! 5 on the river. Here we go. Is Doug Polk gonna go with that big bluff? Don't do it, Poppy. While he's in fire mode, is he going to go for it? 19,000 in the middle, 46,000 behind, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on board. He goes all in! He escaped the fire mode! Ace 8 for Dan Negreanu. He says, I want out of fire mode, puppy! Put me out! Don't let me stranded down here, Dan Negreanu makes his way out of fire mode with the straight Doug Polk. Goes for the Doug Polk bluffing special.
And
all in, Cole. Ace King versus Ace King. Jeff's fired up.
Anybody? Reroll club?
Ay. Chop it up. Jeff, listen.
Put a club on the turn.
Jeff, I gotta run that back. I gotta hear some passion out of you. What do you gotta do this week? I wanna hear some passion. What are you gonna do? Right? You gotta treat this like it's your last fucking podcast on earth, Poppy, okay? You're gonna shoot No Gamble, No Future. You gotta go up there. You gotta make it the best podcast in the history of podcasts, man.
That's
right.
You
gotta go out there, you gotta give it your all. You gotta put your passion on the line.
So here we are. What a roller coaster ride this has been. I mean, this has been absolutely absurd. Ken says no pressure, Jeff. I feel the pressure. I kind of feel the pressure taking over for Poppy. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome support on both YouTube and on Twitch. Trying to hold down the fort. Absolutely absurd. 3-bet pot, table 2. Queen, Jack, 4-7. 2 clubs, 2 spades. Stack dynamics a little weird. Polk with 300k on table 1, Negreanu with 256k on table 2. Doug leads, slight overbet on the turn. Negreanu into the time bank on the turn, which we don't see too often. Does make the call, 26k in the pot. Doug with about 28k behind. Do some parts on the river. Can assume that that is a blank. Doug checks. Negreanu rips it. Doug snaps him off with the queen, and that queen is good. Sorry, I don't have the access to Poppy's graphics. He would show some fire. He would probably show the machine gun. Instead, you have the Negreanu homer here just sulking. Just sulking. James DeBarrow, what did you think of Edge winning the Royal Rumble last night? Liked it, James, liked it. Mainly because I had the #1 spot in a Royal Rumble pool. Jeff, are you rooting for D-Nex? Yes, I am. But I think Doug Polk is awesome. Absolute badass, incredible poker player. Poppy dancing it up in the background.
You don't.
This Doug fires 3K.
You don't have to say that every time. If you tell when you say you're rooting for Daniel,
yeah,
you don't have to tell him that you're a fan of Doug. Tell them the opposite next time. See what they say. See how they react. You got to hit them with something.
That I've just hated Doug for
right hand side. Okay, this could be it. This could be the $1 million pot, Jeffrey.
Oh my God.
Are you ready, Poppy? Are you guys ready for the $1 million potential pot as the big pot energy forms up here? Actually, I don't think this could be it. I think this would get close, but I don't think this would be it.
Even if he got the full double.
Check raising a big bet on the turn. If Doug Polk has the overpair, he's going nowhere, guys. Lock the fuck in. Here we go, guys. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it forming.
Oh,
I feel it forming. I feel it rising. 82,000 in the middle. Huge pot. No flush on the river. No flush on the river. Daniel all in. Doug does not snap call. Doug missed his flush draw. Huge bet from Daniel Negreanu. Huge pot brewing. Doug is officially in the tank right now. Is he going to make a hero call for a $160,000 pot? He does call. Pocket nines. No good. Pocket queens for Dan Negreanu as he takes down a $160,000 pot. Left hand side. Another big bet. Lock in. 19K from Doug. Let's see the replay in a second. Here we go. Doug Polk. Big bet on the river. Can Dan Negreanu really get 2 back? The guy's not giving up. Showing so much heart out here. He's fighting on. 5.5 hours in. The boys are slugging. Daniel. Maybe he went for another hero call himself here, Jeff.
Back and forth to go.
Does call a 10. He owns him. He owns him. 9, 10, $66,000 pot goes Dan Negreanu's way. The comeback kid is here. Dan Negreanu says, I'm not going. No, no. When I just walked into the kitchen, I realized that I was put on this earth to live stream. That's what I realized. You want to know why? You can't really overthink things live streaming. You know, it's just you and whatever you're doing, you're watching, you're playing, and your content and the people. There's no. It's like poker, really, right? You just got to do it. You can't think about calling your wife. You can't think about calling your girlfriend. You can't be. There's really no time to be stressed out about anything except what you're doing right here, right? So my biggest issue, right, is I just overthink way too much. I get all in my head. I'm thinking about this, that. When you're streaming or when you're doing a podcast or when you're playing poker, it's really hard to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I think that's what it is.
Live streaming.
I'm streaming I don't know. I'm talking about it, right? It's something I never really considered much about, but right-hand side, something brewing a little bit, 12.3K.
Okay.
Here we go, Jeff. Here we go. Daniel check calls. River is the club.
Club does come in.
Hoovy unofficial says, Joey, how much would it cost you to MC my wedding? I'm in 100%. I'll MC your wedding for free, right? You get me to where I'm going, and I'll MC. You know what? I'll MC your wedding. I don't care. I'm in. 2/3 pot bet from Doug. Smells like nothing. Let's see what happens here, guys. Everyone on Twitch is fired up. JCD, Astley88. What are you thinking? Micro Machine, Red Wolves, King of the Anthill, check raise flops, TGC with the bits donation. Thank you, buddy. Stream the wedding. I will. Why not? I'll bring the DJ too. All right. I'll bring you an MC, me, and I'll bring the DJ.
Nice.
Okay.
Like it.
Right inside check call. King 6. Oh! Another trip. $67,000 pot. Oh! Goes Doug Polk's way. Another hand with trips in a 3-bet pot. Aye. Uh-oh. Here we go, guys. Raise on the right. They're massively deep here, over $100,000 deep. Lock in. The lock alert is on the screen. Lock in.
Lock.
A raise and a call on the right-hand side. Turn is an ace. $100,000 behind here, guys. $100,000 effective. We could see one of the biggest pots. Will Daniel make another bet? Bad card for him by the ace on the turn. If Doug has a hand like ace king, ace queen, he's calling with. He likes that card. If he's got ace 10, he's got 2 pair. Checks it back. Backdoor flush gets there.
Backdoor hearts.
Daniel could have a hand like maybe like a. What backdoor hearts could he have? Ace queen 8. I don't know. 7 8. I don't know. Maybe a 6 backdoor hearts with a 6 in his hand. Maybe. Doug bets real small. Does that blocking size. $11,000 in a $34,000 pot. Daniel's all in. Huge shove. What? He does have that 6 8 of hearts. Doug Polk might be valued by a hand like ace king. 1 heart, Jeff. Big pot energy, big poppy energy is building up right now. Can Doug Polk make this call? This will be one of the biggest pots we've seen the entire match. $74,000 to him. Backdoor flush gets there. Daniel raised the flop. Check back the turn. Shoves the river against his weak little bet against from Doug Polk. Can Doug Polk find the hero call? This would be a massive pot. Over $200,000 for the Supreme Leader. Can he back up the truck on Dan Negreanu? And he cannot do it. Dan Negreanu. Beautiful shove. Beautiful shove by him. Picks up a really big pot.
Y'all hit me up on Twitter. We'll get your room sorted out. And we'll see you at Bally's. That's
the energy you're giving him. That's that right-hand side. The bluff king. 5.
Oh.
I can be a hero, baby. Nice hero call by Dan Negreanu. On the right-hand side, that King 5 finally, one of Daniel Negreanu's hero calls pays off in his favor. Doug Polk, little out of line with the 6-7. Check calls, got the gut. He's got the gut shot straight draw there. 6-7, 9-5 deuce. Leads the turn with the board pairs. We've seen him do this often. We see him do this with 9s, with 5s, with deuces as well. Daniel just calls. River is a 10. Doug Polk goes to the overbet, basically says, I have a deuce. Dan Negreanu does not believe him. Snaps him off with the King 5. Does have one heart in his hand. Maybe a little bit relevant. A nice hand by him. Novocaine Poker, Jeff. She says, only 1,000 to marry Poppy. Worth it. Big check raise on the left-hand side from the Supreme Leader. 45,000. Says he's got the backdoor flush. What is Daniel going to do?
Can Daniel pick him off again?
The match is getting absolutely intense right now. Daniel's in the tank being put in tough spots. Both of these players putting each other in tough spots. Doug calls. Bottom set, $111,000 pot for Dan Negreanu. So top two pair for Doug Polk, no good. Bottom set for Dan Negreanu. He wins another pot of $111,000, Jeff. What is going on right now? These two boys are absolutely out of control right now, man. Okay, I'm locked back in. I'm ready to go. Left-hand side, $42,000 pot in the middle. $150,000 deep. Here we go, guys. Could this be the biggest pot of the entire match? $28,000 bet. Snap call 5-4. What a river.
Come on.
$99,000 pot goes Doug Polk's way as he flops the open and a straight draw, turns the second pair, rivers the straight, gets paid off. They've been playing for quite a long time. It's been back and forth the entire match. Doug Polk was up 200, then he was even. Up 200, then he was even. Now he's back up 50, and we got another 4-bet on the right-hand side. 10-8-5, 2 diamonds.
Okay, let's dance.
Well, here we go. Doug Polk face the bet. They're $110,000 deep, so they are pretty deep here. Doug does indeed call. Turns a king. Gonna be a good card for Daniel. Donation from $4.99. Andy Robertson. Drink some water, Joey. Thank you, Andy. I will right now. 1/3 bet on the left-hand side. Maybe Doug has a slow played set. Maybe 5s or 8s. He does check call. River's a 3. All the straights miss. Jack 9 miss. 7-9 miss. 6-7 gets checked down. 8-9 for Doug Polk. Queen 10 for Dan Negreanu.
Quarter pocket.
$50,000 pot goes Dan's way. 4 bets the Queen 10 offsuit. Flops top pair. Gets in 2 streets of value.
Open 3-bet call 9-5-4, 2 clubs.
Uh-oh.
Huh? 2 clubs.
Gets raised.
Negreanu thinks it over. Does take the check. Doug thinks it over.
They're very deep. This is pretty interesting.
He's going to go for a little bet ski. Boom. Bet the flop. 6 big blinds. Back over to Negreanu. What will he do? He's been enjoying the check raise today. Is he going to go for the raise? Or is he going to get back to the call?
Huge pot.
Does go for the check raise once again. This pot is brewing. Back over to Doug. Will Doug call? He will. Like we know that he will, but I do because I know his cards. Turns a 10 of hearts. Once again, Negreanu thinking over, mulling over his options.
We're going to see it ahead of time, Jeff. All in.
2K in the middle.
Snap fold.
Daniel goes for 21K.
Now we get to see Doug call it.
21K. Doug does make the call.
Juicy pot brewing here. 74K in the middle.
River King of Diamonds. What will Daniel do? He jams and Doug has a misdraw. Yeah.
Daniel drags a nice sized pot there.
Thanks, Mike.
Gets back a little less than half of what he's down today. You're welcome, Doug.
Shout out to Rory. Thank you for the donation, Rory. Isaac Lang.
Misty's sorry.
What do you say?
Misty is brunette.
Misty is brunette, is she? Shout out to Misty. Jeff's getting excited. Don't get Jeff all worked up over here, guys. He's 7 hours in. He's vulnerable. He's vulnerable. He's vulnerable and he's hungry. Okay. 12.7K bet on the left-hand side, Jeff. We might see something. We got to stay locked in. We can't lose our focus right now. A big pot could break out at any given time. River is a diamond. Flush gets there on the river. If Daniel has a straight, he's definitely going to bet it for value. If Doug Polk has a flush, he's definitely going to check raise for value. We could see a massive pot here on the left-hand table. $25,000 bet from Daniel. Here we go, guys. Doug Polk check raising with the flush. Here it comes, Jeff. Here it comes. Here comes the check raise. I feel it coming. All in! I told you!
Wow. Nice call.
The flush is in the house right now. Daniel's got the straight. He's thinking, would this crazy guy really bluff me here? Nostradamus over here in the house. Poppy GTO. The predictor of the future. He calls. He's shown a flush. Massive raise. $55,000. $25,000 bet. On the river by Daniel. The truck driver, Doug Polk, attempting to back that Brinks truck into the station. Go out on a high note to maybe end this session. Here we go, Jeff. Daniel's thinking about it with 9-10, maybe 5-9, 4-5. Thinking, how can I be this unlucky? Could this guy really have a flush? Doug Polk maybe turning a hand into a bluff. Maybe one diamond, maybe a king of diamonds. Maybe king 8 with one diamond. Daniel's in the tank right now thinking about what to do. What is he going to do out here, guys? This is going to be one of the biggest pots of the session. Is he going to call it the straight, Jeff? I think he's going to call it the straight. He does lay it down. Big pot. Goes over to Doug Polk. A massive raise on the river. And just like that, Dan Negreanu close to even, unfortunately, could not get the job done there. Man, listen, I'm going to be honest with you, Jacob, okay, since we're 6 hours in. I really didn't think about it that much. I don't know what I'm... Like, me and Danny, right, we cook up some ideas all the time for memes, for hoodies, for merch, for content ideas, and we just sort of have them, and we really like Redline King because it's a homage to classic Redline players like myself, like Doug Polk, like Landon Tice, like all the other aggressive players before us. So we really just like this one a lot, and, you know, ideally you want to put these out when you have your streams going 3 days a week, right, but... You know, we kind of put it off a little bit, mostly to me. And over bet on the right-hand side gets called. 10-4. No good, puppy.
Oh.
Dan Negreanu goes with the mass over with the 10-4. Gets snapped off by the straight of Doug Polk. 2 times over bet does not work. And Doug Polk takes the pot down. Yo, oh my God. Here we go.
Run it back.
This is insane.
Negreanu hasn't taken a break in a while, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, he just abandoned his plan. He's not sitting out. He's not being. Yeah, it just sounds like he's just trying to get it all over with right now.
Huh.
So, I don't know. We're gonna find out what happens. These boys are trying to get through it. We're trying to get through it. We're trying to be here.
Absolutely.
The graphics have all been used up. I've used them all. I mean, maybe I get a new graphic, but while we're here, I can make one. I don't know. The song County Kids, this is the best fucking song I've ever heard. All right, guys, I'll put it on. I won't stop.
Yes.
I got distracted by Jeff. Left-hand side, big race. Here we go.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's a call. 9-10 gets there. Here we go, guys. Lock in. All in. Call. Straight. Top pair. No good. Doug Polk turns the nut straight with the 9-10 offsuit, and just like that, takes down another massive pot. Daniel Negreanu gets it in, dare I say, drawing dead, and the supreme leader has rained down fire, rained down fury once again on Dan Negreanu. Ay, 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 papi. Dankavelli says, bro, been skipping through, watching all the big hands, and finally freaking made it live. Cannot believe they are still playing. Thank you, Dankavelli, for checking it out, for watching, for tuning in. Appreciate you very much, guys. Lock in, left-hand side. Here we go. Big pot energy is brewing. 18.7K in the middle. Dan Negreanu, Doug Polk. The boys will not quit. Dan Negreanu maybe getting a little bit of reckless right now as he bets 12.5K on the left, Jeff. Doug calls. River's a 4. Here we go. Backdoor spades miss. Jeff's on the edge of his seat. Daniel's all in. Snap call. No! 5-6. Another river straight for Doug Polk as he wins a $111,000 pot with the 5-6. He stacks King Jack again. Can you believe that? Ay, 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 papi. Doug Polk with another $111,000 pot. He's raining down fire. Pull it out, Jeff. Ready? Give it a machine gun. Give it to him. Jeff's in shambles right now. Doug Polk, the supreme leader, will not be denied in this match as he wins another $111,000 pot, and we are officially going to enter fire mode as Daniel sits out. He can't take it anymore. Ay, 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 papi. Look at this hand. Another King Jack. Daniel turns the flush draw, bets the turn. River comes down. Doug Polk sitting there with that sweaty, beefy, straight nut sausage with the 5-6, makes the backdoor straight. Daniel Negreanu shows down King Jack, and just like that, our match for the day has ended. Our tale, our adventure, our never-ending journey, our never-ending story. It is now done for the day.